Yo, what is up guys? Shunks is back here and my Demon Slayer fans. I did not forget about you guys. Now, before I go over this volume that I just read, I want to give a shout out to the anime for getting Anime of the Year in 2019. After watching each episode, I just fell more and more in love with the anime. How I started off watching it was my brother recommended this anime to me, and my brother's the type of person that hypes up everything, so he was like, yo, you gotta watch this. This is Anime of the Year. So I was just like, whatever. So I watched the first episode. You know, this kid, his family gets killed by demons. You know, he has a sword, he slashes things. I thought it was going to be pretty generic, but I was completely wrong. The relationship that Tanjiro has with his sister that's a demon is just beautiful. No brainer, this was Anime of the Year for 2019, and we're in 2020, guys. I'm still waiting for that Infinity Train movie to come out, because Rengoku is badass. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil anything about that movie. If you guys don't read the manga, this is the part where I start spoiling some stuff, so be warned. In 3, 2, 1. Now, I still can't believe what happened in Volume 8, guys. Shout out again to Rengoku, the Flame Pillar. He's my favorite character in the anime and manga so far. He went out with style. They tried to persuade him to come to the demon side, but he was like, I'm not having that, and flame abilities are my favorite abilities, so shout out again to Rengoku. Now with Volume 9 we get introduced to another pillar, or Hashira, and Hashira are the top 9 big dogs out of the Demon Slayer Corps. And this guy's name is Tengen Uzui, aka the Sound Pillar, and he was a former shinobi. And if you guys didn't know, shinobis are my favorite. Naruto is my favorite anime of all time. One of the first things that I noticed about this pillar is this guy is jacked, guys. If you look at his arms, look at all the veins that populates. One cool thing about him is he has these mice that serve to him, and these mice are jacked too. This guy has all the typical shinobi traits. He uses a kunai. He disappears out of nowhere, which is funny and cool at the same time, but my favorite thing about him is that he has these 2 swords on his back, so he uses these 2 sword fighting styles, and with their sound breathing moves, they explode on impact, and the manga said no one ever lived after they exploded on him. So this guy is cool in his own way. I love Rengoku and all that, but he has some cool traits of his own. Now, personality wise, he claims himself as being extremely flamboyant, and if you guys look at this image right here, like, look at his facial expression. This is not the facial expression of someone that's normal. You know, he's also pretty, like, he has a violent temper. Also, like, whenever you say something that he doesn't like, he's gonna punch you somewhere, and he has no respect for people that are below the Hashira level. You can see that how he manhandles the girls in this volume. You know, he claims himself as the god of festivities and the god of flamboyancy. Uzui is just an interesting character overall. If all the Hashira are gonna be like this, I'm all in for it. Now, pretty much the mission in this volume is that Tanjiro, Inosuke, Zenitsu, and Uzui are going to go to a place called the Red Light District, or called the Flower District. Now this is a place of greed and wealth, and it's filled with prostitutes. So prostitutes have a chance to come up in this sort of environment. You know, if they rank up enough, they're going to get bought by a wealthy family, and the top prostitutes are called Orion. And pretty much these are the girls that have fame, beauty, wealth, knowledge. Like, they got everything. The reason why they want to go to the Red Light District is because my man Uzui has 3 wives, guys. Not 1, not 2, but 3. And those 3 were at the Red Light District pretty much giving intel, because they think a demon's there. So they were giving intel to Uzui, but the communication got cut off. So they have to go there, infiltrate, and find the man's wives. Congrats to Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu, because these 3 had to dress up as females in order to infiltrate this Red Light District area, and they're pretty much probably the top ugliest females I've seen in anime and manga. Well, that would probably go to Big Mom, because I do watch One Piece. So after Big Mom, these guys are next when it comes to ugliness in a female. Okay, Inosuke didn't look too bad. So pretty much their plan of strategy here is that there's 3 houses in the Red Light District, and they believe that one of the wives might be in each. I believe they have the Tokido house. This is where Tanjiro is. They got the Okimoto house. Inosuke's gonna go to this one, and the Kyogoku house, and that's where Zenitsu is. And the Kyogoku house, this is where we see the top Orion. Her name, I believe, is Wara Bihime. If I don't pronounce that right, you guys can correct me in the comments section. And we find out that she's one of the demons, and this girl is an Upper Moon 6, guys. So she was stronger than Akaza in the last volume that we've seen here. This girl buried 7 pillars, and Muzan has high hopes for this demon. She has some interesting abilities. So from what I've seen in the manga, she can pretty much take people, teleport them into the sky, and drop them to their death. So there's a phrase in this red light district where the ladies say lose their footing, where the ladies can like commit suicide by they think they jump out of a window or they disappear or run away, but the demon's responsible for all of this. She's probably the one that invented the phrase too. Girls losing their footing. Wara Bihime, we find out that her demon name is Daki, I believe. Yep, that's correct, Daki. And another interesting thing about her is that she can use her clothes for attack and defense. It's extremely hard to penetrate, and it gave Tanjiro a tough time. She works along also with another part of her body that's another piece of clothing, and this piece of clothing is buried underground somewhere, and it can trap people inside of it. Inosuke is able to find this, and shout out to Inosuke because this dude has all the animalistic traits. If his head can fit inside something, he can dislocate the rest of his body to squeeze inside of something. So Inosuke was able to find the piece of cloth that was separated from Daki, and 2 of the wives, along with Zenitsu's goofy self, was trapped inside of this clothing. And Zenitsu did his thing, though. I'm not going to call him goofy at all. Zenitsu did his thing for a little while. You know, shout out to Tanjiro also. Now, Tanjiro has gotten better with his Kagura dance. I believe he used to only be able to use it maybe once a day, but he's been training his ass off. He can use it multiple times now. We learned from the last volume that with Tanjiro's earrings, that means sun breathing. So I hope Tanjiro keeps stepping up. You know, I love seeing his Kagura dance, and if he can develop some sun breathing attacks, that would be completely awesome. The manga volume pretty much ends with Uzui arriving where Inosuke, Zenitsu, the 2 wives, and the cloth are, and this dude looks pissed off. So the next volume, which we're going to get into a little later, Uzui is about to go off. This man looks pissed off, and I can't wait to see more of his 2 sword styles. And I love dudes that can use sword. I know I told you guys that fire abilities are my favorite, but someone that can use a sword is also badass to me, guys. That was my review of Demon Slayer Volume 9, and there wasn't that much character development in this volume, but still a really good volume though. I really enjoyed it a lot. I'm falling in love with reading the manga, and alright guys, peace.